Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be playing with the highest placing GIRATINA VSTAR deck from this past weekend. If you saw my optimal GIRATINA list video, you'll know that it's a little bit different from that one. There's no Empoleon, but we do have Drapion and Snorlax, as well as a thinner 2-2 line of GIRATINA VSTAR. Now, of course, the deck revolves around sending cards to the Lost Zone through flower selecting and through Colress's experiment. That allows you to activate things like the ability Lost Provisions for Cramorant, so you can spit innocently for free. You also get to eventually use Stabilize Lost Mine attack with 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone. You get to put 12 damage counters in your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. And you also get to activate Mirage Gate when you have 7 or more, allowing you to attach up to 2 basic energy cards of different types to your Pokemon in any way you like. This allows you to power up Radiant Greninja to use Moonlight Shuriken, or your GIRATINA VSTAR so you can use Lost Impact, doing 280 damage and putting 2 energies attached to your Pokemon into a Lost Zone, or Star Requiem when you have 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Now we can use Drapion V with the Wild Style ability to counteract Mew VMAX decks by costing less. Or if Fusion Strike Pokemon in play, you essentially get to one-shot Mew VMAX for free. And then you also have Snorlax with a Thumping Snore attack, 180 damage, pretty good. Does a lot of damage as a single pricer. And then the Unfazed Fat ability prevents all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Luminant V's Luminous Sign ability helps with the consistency of the deck, allowing you to search directly for a Colress's experiment early on to help you get your cards into Lost Zone, or later on for a boss, Marnie or Roxanne for disruption. 4-4-3 split on the energies, no capture energy this time. A little light on the switching cards with 3 escape ropes, 2 switches, 4 scoop of nets, and 1 air balloon. But it does have the 4 Battle VIP pads, which are very standard, the 2 quick ball, the ultra ball, and a copy of Lost Vacuum to help accelerate the cards into Lost Zone, as well as disrupt your opponent's stadiums and tool cards. Let's jump to the ladder, see how we can do with this deck. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, so we get to go first with a pretty decent hand. Hopefully we are able to find some Battle VIP passes here. We don't, however, we do get to choose between a Colress and a Water. Seeing a Radiant Greninja from my opponent could mean a lot of things, right? I will have another 2 Waters still left, so I'm going to choose the Colress just because that's a way more consistent card in general. And I don't know if I'll be needing Radiant Greninja or not. If I do, I might end up regretting that choice, but it was definitely not an easy one to make. And okay. I'm going to keep the Scoop of Net for now, for the next turn. And I will go ahead and pass. Not much else left for me to do at this point. All right. So the Water Energy could signify Palkia, could signify a mirror match as well. And the Battle VIP pads will definitely clear it up for us. Okay, so it is Palkia. And we just got rid of the water. That will certainly affect us. But it also depends on if my opponent ends up not playing down Manaphy for some reason, which could happen. It could absolutely happen. Okay. My goal for sure, though, is to get a bunch of cards into a Lost Zone, take a knockout on at least this Sobble, but maybe with some lucky draws, off of the Colress and the Comphase, I could end up using Radiant Greninja this turn. But having a Water and a Mirage Gate in the Lost Zone is definitely the way to reduce the chances of me being able to pull that off. Okay, getting to 10 definitely seems like a pipe dream though. So we're gonna start with a Colress Experiment. Okay, so a bunch of very useful cards. No energy, however, but we'll manage. Okay, so now I'm at 4. Let's go ahead and Flower Selecting. Finally get an energy. Definitely think I can forgo that grass. I mean that switch. Sorry, I totally meant the switch. Okay. Yeah, so next up I'll draw 2 cards. Okay, now I already have the crown, which is fantastic news. I can certainly do this. Then Flower Selecting. Between these two, I don't like this Snorlax, but I also feel like chasing down a Palkia could be good. Like take the initiative. So I'm gonna keep the boss instead, giving up on Snorlax for this game in particular. And so that is 6 cards in the Lost Zone. I could get one more, and that seems reasonable. If I play Escape Rope, it's very likely that my opponent will simply promote the Radiant Greninja, and I really want to take this prize card, so... Okay, let's get the Rash Gate, which will be active now. Alright, so I'm going to bench the Cramorant, I'm going to attach this, and I will be utilizing the Quick Ball, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on a Comfey. So I'll go ahead and grab the Giratina. If I bench the Giratina now, instead of benching 2 at once, that could be a little problematic. 5, 6, 7. So maybe I don't, in fact, bench the Giratina this turn. And I'll be patient. I mean, my opponent will need, like, a lot. You know what? I'm going to bench it. I'm not going to use a Mirage Gate, however, but I will be benching it. Then I will spit innocently to take down the Sobble. Alright, so we'll see what happens here. Only one Sobble down. Either my opponent price 2, or they're trying to be conservative, but if you're trying to be conservative, then like they opened up the perfect situation for the Radiant Greninja as well. Alright. Okay, so my opponent goes out into the Radiant Greninja, which could signify a cross switcher play. To see another Palkia get benched. Or going to bucket. Yeah, this probably means cross switcher. So full bench 160, 180, 200, 220. They do need the full bench. There's the Palkia. There's a choice build. Okay, so they don't need the full bench. Now they just need one more Pokemon. Or they'll just Marnie. Okay. So why promote the Greninja then, though? That is what I don't understand right here. Well, I mean, that certainly, if they go with the Greninja and they knock out my Comfey, then that could be a problem. Well, there's a Manaphy now. So if they damage the Cram, that will probably signify that they do have... Oh. Okay, they did not damage the crown. Wow, this... that was a turn. That was a turn. The stadium completely wrecks me as well. Okay, so I definitely need to take a price card here, which could be on the drizzle. I think I like that. So spit innocently. That was quite the turn by my opponent. I mean, and the Marnie just completely wrecking me is also like part of it, I guess, but yeah, the Marnie just completely wrecked me. Wow, they promote the Greninja again. I mean, they can't attack with it this turn. They can Melanie, so they will be able to attack. 5, 6, 7. There's no card I can top deck realistically that would be super helpful here. Stadium really did its job, and they got it after the Marnie. They didn't search for it. They didn't plan to have it. They just found it. Okay. So to say things are not looking good would be the understatement of the year. Yep. Oh wow, but they pass, however. Okay, so 160, 180, 200, 230. So they will very likely have knockout next turn. The only thing I can realistically do is grab a Comfey and see if that unlocks me next turn. They could also just end up using Radiant Greninja to snipe it. But if they do, then that means I get another price off of the Cramorant, so that would be nice. Like we will have traded evenly, which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm top deck mode no matter what, right? So might as well give myself the chance. All right. My opponent searching for the cross switcher instead of an incense, for example, is really odd. Okay, so there's the drizzle, there's the cross switcher. So Giratina is definitely dead now. No way around it. Searches for the Melanie now. Yep, that's a super dead Giratina. That's for sure. And there's the quick shooting intelligence. Yep. All right, well, it all comes down to this one flower selecting. Okay. All right, I'll take the Roxanne. Okay, there is a mana fee, so attacking this turn doesn't really make much sense with Greninja, of course. Put back the Giratina pieces, put back the grass. And I will go ahead and attach the water though, for thinning purposes and for retreating purposes. Oh, it should have gone to the Comfey, in fact. Ooh, okay. I can actually take another prize card. Oh, but I really, really, really should have not attached to the Greninja. That was a big mistake. Yeah, I definitely need to attack this turn. Okay, can my opponent win next turn? They actually could. I mean, they're down to 2 cards, so it would require a lot, but it is possible. I'm gonna promote you. I mean, bench you, rather. And I'll spit innocently. Okay. Not looking great, however. Certainly not looking great. I am down 3 scoop up nets now. And 8 cards in the loss zone. I'm guaranteed 9 off of the next flower selecting. Goes after the Greninja and simply takes the KO. Okay. Okay, that is getting us close-ish. I need this Sableye though. I mean, I could also knock out with Giratina. I think that's a pretty strong move. No, but then they're 1 energy away from beating me. Yeah, I have to KO with Sableye this turn. There's no way around it. I absolutely have to KO. So if I attach, I'm not KO with Sableye. Alright. Marnie does not get me there. That's it, right? That is it. That is actually it. Do they have a water energy to win this turn? Very likely. Or they can just get the boss. And sure, do the quick shooting Doom Loud, because otherwise you wouldn't be getting the maximum damage, and that's super important for your win. Gosh. Alright. Very questionable hand right here. Very sad too. Continues to be very sad. Okay, well that's something, I guess. Do I want to escape rope or do I want to pay the retreat cost? I'll pay the retreat cost. Alright. All comes down to this flower selecting. Sure. Jeez. I mean, I should try, I guess. Okay, so full disclaimer, as I usually do lately, a lot comes down to how you draw. This format, really, a lot comes down to how you draw, and I just... right? Starting Comfey feels like one of the most difficult things in the whole game. For me. Right? Not for other players, but for me. Okay. So now we have knockout. No, we don't have knockouts. Because there's no Drapion. I mean, there's no third Pokemon. Okay, I do have access to the Drapion, which I'm not gonna reveal just yet. Grab you, I'll grab you. I'll grab you, I guess. I mean, do I want to hit the Mew with Ramarant? I think I do. So you know what? I changed my mind. Alright, that's 3 cards in the loss zone, however. So not completely in there just yet. Rid of the energy, grab the cram. Okay, so I need a switching card right here. I can certainly play this and just start getting energies back because I've lost so many. And I'll attach retreats and hopefully... hopefully schmofully. Alright. I mean, my opponent also didn't do anything, so that's good. And the second they get going, I just immediately run them over with the Drapion potentially, but... Alright, quality game. Quality Pokemon game right there. Hey, we started Convey and Battle VIP Path. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Alright, let's go. Battle VIP Pass. Triple Convey, we have 4 switching cards. There's no way this goes wrong, right? There's absolutely no way. We didn't prize any energy, didn't prize any Colress or supporters at all. Did prize 1/1 Giratina and a Convey, which is completely acceptable. And the regular probably means Kyurem, so getting Pokemon into Lost Zone, definitely a priority. We're not going to be using Greninja, most likely. Right. So let's go like this. Nice. I am happy to thin the deck and get more stuff out. Do I want the Giratina now? I think I do, purely because I can evolve it next turn, and otherwise I could be in a little bit of trouble with the... Since I priced 1, right? I do need to be able to one-shot potentially a Kyurem. Alright, this one's a tough one. I do think that the boss's orders could be more useful than the water, than the psychic energy. Since Visual Insight didn't price any energy whatsoever. Then I'll go ahead and do this. Get another Convey going. Okay, this time I will pick the psychic energy, however, and utilize concealed cards before I commit to another flower selecting. And like, what a difference, right? Generally, what a difference. And then I get to honestly retreat here, or am I being a little too excessive with the energies? Yeah, probably. I probably just want to end the turn by attaching to the Giratina. All right, so that was 5 cards in the Lost Zone on turn 1 without having played a supporter. That's the stuff you dream of, you know? That is literally the stuff you dream about when playing this deck. Ooh, okay. So it's not Kyurem, and it is very likely Torts deck, maybe? I mean, most Lost Box decks, or any Lost Zone deck, could justify playing a Ragnarok, right? Makes your flower selectings that little bit better. In some situations. In others, not necessarily, and it could be a liability, but overall, it's a good card to have. Alright, it's actually Goodra. And they lost on that way 2 energies. So is it... Yeah, it is Lost Zone Goodra. Okay. Not something you usually see. So there is a realistic possibility that I could KO the Goodra. Thanks to all the flowers electing I did. 3 energies now for my opponent in the Lost Zone. Not sure what they're keeping, but could be costly for sure. So they might, and or probably do have big Parasol. So I will have to eventually find my thing to KO them potentially. We will see. But I could generally like save the boss. Like next turn I could target down the Comfey and then I could also use Radiant Greninja to myself. One water in the lost zone again. Might end up regretting that. I generally thought we were up against Kyurem though. I think that's the most common Oranguru deck, if you will. Alright, so my goal would be to knock out this Comfey. If I could do it with... If I could do it with Radiant Greninja and knock out both, that would be pretty fantastic. But I'm certainly not counting on it. Alright, so flower selecting. Ooh, I do find the water. Okay. Once again, full disclaimer, I do not know if I have the other water available, which I generally should. I should be checking for that. I do have it. Fantastic. Alright, so not gonna lie, pretty lucky. And I get a 2 prize turn with only one Mirage Gate exhausted and pretty much everything very nicely set up for the future. The only thing I wish was I didn't have 2 Comfeys on my bench because my opponent could definitely do this play themselves next turn. But it is what it is. We have the initiative right here. That's potentially good enough. That might potentially be good enough to win this game in and of itself. All right. I'm at 6, 7, 8 cards in the lost zone. So another Colress means 10. And as long as I find a Psychic, then I get to restart, take another 2 prizes against a presumed Goodra in the active spot. So things are looking really, really, really good. All right. Snorlax down for them. And a boss. That's good. Will they be able to even attack this turn? That's the big question, I guess. I imagine they play Melanie. There's the big parasol. So I reckon if they don't attack, it's gonna be game over. Very likely. If they do attack, however, we'll see. If I top deck Crash Gate, and I can just eliminate that Goodra, no problem there. Alright. Does retreat. They have played Colress though. Okay. So now that's okay, so they get the Mirage Gate off. Cool. Alright. So either I'm digging for the Lost Vacuum myself, or I'm digging for a Mirage Gate. Either way, I'm promoting the company, I feel. They do have plenty of switching outs left. Alright. So I'm gonna flower selecting first this time around. Actually, I'm gonna ultra ult first. Instead. And I will be checking for that Lost Vacuum, which is actually not in there. Okay. So that means I am digging for Mirage Gate. That is not Mirage Gate, but that does open up another Comfey. It's nice. And I can definitely pay the retreat cost as long as I find Mirage Gate here. Nope. Okay. Okay, if I retreat now into this Comfey, the Mirage Gate is not enough. So what's the plan then? I have 10. I can't take a KO and I can't boss and take a... Oh wait, no, I can't. Never mind. Well, that's not good enough though. I could go boss KO the Guru. That seems reasonable-ish. I do have escape ropes left too. Okay, I think just taking the 2 prizes here is solid. I honestly think so. Just go boop titty boop on the Goodra. I feel like I'm very far ahead. Alright, so goodbye Goodra. Now I can't do the thing. But I could potentially have used escape rope. What I could do is also avoid the Goodra altogether. Through escape ropes and boss's orders, I could potentially do that. Hitting into the Goodra doesn't make much sense, as they will just heal any sort of damage that I do. So I would need to combine escape rope with a boss. But I am very far ahead at this point. If I have to attack into the Goodra more than once, then so be it. I did not get the Lost Vacuum though. So now that Goodra is almost untouchable. Yep. Okay, they're using their Call Resist as well. If my opponent ends up benching another Goodra, then I could boss it up, although I don't have energy, so not yet, but I could. My play next turn might honestly be to use Sableye and knock out the Oranguru, and then actually use Sableye to knock out the Greninja, and then use Sableye to knock out the Oranguru. I haven't seen any scoop up nets being used. Oh, only one scoop up net used for my opponent so far. All right. So it's gotta be Colress then, right? So we're looking for a Psychic. Retreating first doesn't make much sense. Playing the Ordinary Rod does make a little sense, I guess. I'll be doing both. Just putting back the Snorlax, the Comfey, the Psychic, and the Grass. No need for the Waters. Alright. I'm gonna go Colress here. Okay. A lot of energies right there. Alright. How many scoop up? I'm down all scoop up nets. So I can't KO with Cramorant afterwards. Paying this retreat is very harsh though. Okay, I would like to eliminate the Greninja though. I think that's the way to go. Alright, so now I'm at 1 prize card. My opponent still has their V-Star. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. I just learned that. I am... Okay, so... what just happened was... this prevents all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to all of your Pokemon. Generally, like, I did not know that. I generally thought it only protected the active, not all Pokemon. It makes sense, it's a parcel, right? So it's like it's protecting from the rain of damage counters. Fair. Completely fair. That is my bad. Absolutely my bad. Can't believe I saw that many energies off of the Colress experiment though. So my list of prizes are Giratina and Lost Vacuum, right? Pretty sure they are. Okay, and now the Sableye is gone as well. Jeez, things are not looking too great now. Things are certainly not going... not really working out. Okay, I like no argument there. I generally thought in my brain 100% Goodra did or Parasol only protected the active. 100%, 1,000,000% only protected the active. So why would you not promote your free retreater? Okay, so goodbye Giratina. They get 3 prize cards here. Probably eliminating Giratina and Sableye. Yikes. That was a really big oopsie. To the point where I'm not so sure I can fix that oopsie. Not with those dudes in the lost zone and my last Giratina, my other Giratina being my last prize card. I don't think I can fix that at all. There's no way. Yeah, I've lost. I just lost right there. Because of my other Giratina being prized. If it wasn't prized, I would still have a chance. There's nothing I can do anymore. I don't have a Sableye left. I don't have a Giratina. I mean, sure I have Snorlax, but I don't even have energies left. Yeah, that's it. GG. So even if I had... No, actually, never mind. If I had used a Sableye, I mean, what was the other option? I couldn't use Sableye, clearly. I needed a way to switch out. I need an escape rope. I'm at a loss as to what I could have possibly done. My prizes just ended up killing me completely. Completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11, 12. There's nothing. There's literally nothing I can do. GG to my opponent. I mean, I'm sure comment section will be filled with mentions of how I could have played better and in what situations I could have. I did not know what Big Parasol did. I did not know it protected. Like, I'm sure I've read it many of times. Like, not I'm sure. I have read it many times. I never realized that it would provide this protection. Ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. As shown in the video. So, yeah. I mean, don't prize important stuff, right? That's the not the dilemma, the moral, the learning from this video. Don't prize your other Giratina. Maybe it's don't play 2-2 Giratina, but then Joneng went 9-0 on day 1 with a 2-2 Giratina, so I don't know. I'm sure YouTube comments will love to let me know all the things that I did wrong in this video. I don't play perfectly. I clearly, I don't know. I have much to learn still. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.